Man, summertime.
Yeah, right.
It has been hot.
Understatement.
It's been terrible in Central Illinois. Did you hear about the Native American guy who they found dead in his home last weekend?
No. I was expecting a setup for a punchline. Is this? This is not a joke?
That's terrible, man. Yeah, he drank 200 glasses of tea and drowned in his own TPE. Oh.
Boy, oh boy.
Cleveland Indians, first place, baby.
Ah. That's racist.
All right, anyway, we are back. Psychedelic Experience record run number 24.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Jeff Gordon. Favorite NASCAR driver.
Yes.
I'm just firing with the jokes tonight. All right, anyway. This is for me, it's the New York trip part 2.
Yeah.
Only a few months now.
Yeah, it's, you know.
3
it's all right.
plus months after I took the trip. First thing I'm going to show, I overpaid for this record. I know I overpaid for this record. I was aware when I was paying it that I was that I was overpaying for it. I went to a record store that I thought was a great store. Everything at House of Oldies in Lower Manhattan is VG to VG plus.
Cool.
There's nothing, the guy's like, I don't stock anything lower than that. And it is all 60s to early 70s. Because the guy was a great conversationalist, we ended up talking about baseball. This was before the season started. Now it's almost the All-Star break.
Hey, yeah.
A little tardy with the videos here. But anyway, I did not have a copy of Blows Against the Empire.
Oh yeah, cool.
The first Jefferson Starship, the Paul Kantner sort of offshoot before it was Starship or anything like that.
Yeah.
And I kind of undersold this record. I was like, oh, Jefferson Starship.
Well, hey,
built this city.
It's before they built the city.
Right.
Yeah.
Before they tore down the empire and then they built the city,
that's
I
right.
guess. But anyway, so I paid more than I wanted to. This record is in great shape.
It is really
it looks really good. And the disc is in good shape and everything like that. It's just, I was like, okay, I'll buy that one from him because I want to keep record stores open. That's how it goes.
It's always cool to buy an album with flying boobs on the back. So.
Oh, yeah. I definitely want to point out the unattached breasts.
Yeah.
Just flying through the air.
Yeah. These are from Vintage Vinyl. Again, like 2 or 3 months ago at this point. We are so behind, but we're catching up. We're getting there. We've got 5 records to show. Had some good stuff. I kind of randomly went in, just popped in, and had a little bit of money to spend, not a ton, but a little bit. And a little bit of time, that's always a good combo.
Yeah.
Little time, little money records. First up, Frijid Pink, Earth Omen. This is their 3rd album, 4th album, I'm not really sure, early 70s. If you know their first album and Defrosted, their 2nd album, it's like blues rock, little blues psych. This is just straight up hard rock. With a very environmentalist bent. So Earth Omen, they're talking about, we have to take care of the earth and Mother Earth needs us to care for her. But with hard rock, it's kind of weird. Long tracks on here. The opening track is 6 minutes long. It's not that good. It's not a good album, but it's not bad. It's not House of the Rising Sun. It's not anything like that. But it's okay. If you're into hard rock, it might be good. I'm just not that big of a hard rock guy myself. So, whatever. It's cool. It was $5. For $5.
Would you say that record has some ringware?
A skosh of ringware.
The best record store in Brooklyn that I got to was Co-op 87 Records. Walked in, initially was like, man, I've kind of spent a lot of money, I'm just kind of, maybe one thing here. And then I was like, ooh, that looks good too. Oh man, that looks, yeah. All right, okay. So, I picked up Elephant's Memory, soon to be show poster there. The Buddha record, cool, kind of weird gatefold, fold out, but again, super clean.
That is.
This is an awesome pop psych record.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Some cool jazz elements and stuff on it.
Like I said,
it's an interesting record.
Soon to be show cover. No idea who the woman in the middle is going to be.
This one I was really excited about. It's a group called Sagittarius. This is their second album, The Blue Marble. Again, an Earth theme going on here. They have an album called Present Tense. It was their debut album that, for me, a little bit of a grail. I don't know if I'll call it a grail, but it's big on the want list. Sunshine pop psych goodness, just amazing. This is sort of in that vein. It's definitely sunshine pop psych, but it's very heavy with synth. It doesn't fall into prog, but it's, I don't know, it's a weird combination of like heavy synth rock and sunshine pop. The synth gets a little annoying in spots where it's like, all right, it's new, you guys are discovering it, you're playing it, we get it, but I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's still pretty good. It's a short album though. It's like 25 minutes long. It's a really clean copy. This was like $10 if I remember correctly, and I couldn't pass it up for that. If Sunshine Pop Psych is your thing, check this out. Not as good as their first album, but pretty good. So pretty good.
Also picked up a track we played on our show tonight, and the LP it comes from. Dr. John, In the Right Place, with Right Place, Right Time on it. A little bit of scuffage on the corners and everything, but for the most part, it's in pretty good shape. The fold out,
That's cool.
I did this the complete wrong way.
How low can he go?
The fold out there, totally intact, in good shape and everything. This is such a weird one because the record comes from that's odd. It's just odd, but totally worth it. The commercial breakthrough for Dr. John on Atco. Awesome record.
It is great.
You burn your candle on me.
Sticking with the vein of bands that had better albums, but these albums are still pretty good. This is the Strawberry Alarm Clock, The World in a Seashell. This was $12 and it's in fantastic shape. Just
really good shape, yeah.
Really good condition all around.
Whoa!
Even the disc is nice and glossy. This, how to describe this? So their first album is pop psych, kind of that Nuggets kind of
incense, peppermints,
right? Kind of bouncy, fun. And their second album, Wake Up It's Tomorrow, is on the softer side of psych pop, and it's really floaty and kind of breezy. This goes back to a pop vein, but with less emphasis on the psychedelia, and it's kind of like, I don't know how I feel about it. Again, not bad, not great, fairly good. Blues for a Young Girl Gone and Shallow Impressions are both pretty good. Shallow Impressions is an instrumental track, but it's kind of a little bit more on the psych side of the pop side of things. So again, pretty good.
On the psych side of the pop side of the rock side of Strawberry Alarm Clock.
There you go.
Also, at Co-op 87, there are like 4 records that I was like, man, that's in contender for best one of New York.
Ooh.
I'm gonna say that the Gong, Camembert Electric, but Bonzo Dog Band, Urban Spaceman. I'll tell you what, I've listened to some of the tracks from Gorilla and it's cool. I like this one better, man. $12.
Nice. That's awesome.
The disc is in pretty good shape too.
Yeah.
On that Imperial label. Awesome record. It's got the entire intact book. Looks like nobody had ever opened it.
That's very cool.
$12.
That's awesome.
$12 I paid for this thing. Yeah, you want to make sure when you get Bonzo Dog Band that book is in there because it's got all kinds of weird like poetry and I don't even know how to. I can't even get the book back in now. But this one, just check out this weird stuff going on there. You got to get this record. You have to get this record, man. If you see this one, this is a definite pickup. The second album from them, produced by Paul McCartney.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's awesome.
That's cool, man. I showed an album in my Neo-Psych video by a group called Wildest Dreams, and they did an homage to this cover. This is Captain Kopter and the Fabulous Twirly Birds. It's Randy California from Spirit in the early 70s. Again, I want to say 72. 71 or 72, I'm not sure, it doesn't show on the back here, but oh man. This is probably my favorite find of the whole vintage vinyl finds that I'm showing. It's so good. It's blues rock, there's some psychedelic elements to it, there's some hard rock elements to it, but just phenomenal guitar playing throughout the entire album, and that's not surprising considering Randy California's on here. Noel Redding, I believe, is on here as well, if I'm remembering correctly.
Really? That's cool.
But under a pseudonym. Are you ready for his pseudonym? Clit Victorious was his pseudonym. I believe it's Noel Redding.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
That's so late 60s, early 70s.
Isn't it just, that's of the time. Fantastic album. Seriously, if blues rock is your thing, this is essential. It's so good.
That looks awesome. These next two, oh boy. Got these A1 records.
All right.
Together, these two records cost me $30. I could have spent a lifetime digging and never found either of these. Ooh. So I'm going to show them together. The Fugs first album and The Fugs, the first and second LP from the Lower East Side faux band. No, they were a real band, but like weird satirical, crazy stuff going on here.
Very avant-garde.
Not a first pressing. This is upside down, as you can see, because I don't know if it's just a weird way to press it, but I'm looking at what's right side up here, but it's upside down on this side. I don't know what the deal is there. But the first pressing is called The Village Fugs Play, and it's like a long title after that. And then the second pressing was the Fugs first album after the Fugs self-titled came out.
Okay, that makes sense.
Allen Ginsberg is featured on these. Kill for Peace, Virgin Forest, Dirty Old Man on the second one. Boy, that's a great track.
Fitting.
Slum Goddess, How Sweet I Roam from Field to Field. Oh man, these two records are just crazy, crazy, weird. They're not a good band, but they know they're not a good band, so it doesn't really matter. Political satire. Oh, just awesome stuff. So the Fugs and the Fugs first album. Can't say enough good stuff about them. Got them at A1 Records together, $30.
That's awesome, man. Alright, my last vintage vinyl find. This was cool. I didn't expect to see this. This is the Small Faces Autumn Stone. This is a compilation that was a British-only import.
Really?
I say British-only. It was a European import. There's German copies now. No U.S. copies, though. This is strictly an import only. Open it up here. Maybe you can tell on the bottom a little bit, especially on the front cover. There had been some water damage to this. Another cover was kind of stuck to it, and I got it cleaned up pretty good. There's some kind of scuffing and stuff on there. But this was only like $15, and this goes for a little bit more than that because it is kind of tough to find here in the States. But compilation of Small Faces stuff, you can't go wrong with it. I'm a big fan of the Small Faces, and their stuff is tough to come by.
It is.
Even finding the greatest hits is next to impossible around here. But
yeah, with a lot of Small Faces stuff, when you're talking about first pressing in the U.S., you're not going to get it, or you're going to pay a lot for it.
Yeah, you're going to pay out the nose for it. So really happy to come across that. And overall, it was a pretty good day of digging at vintage vinyl. I was pleased.
Thanks for watching, and avoid scratches and stay in the groove.